Hi guys, welcome back. Are you guys able to hear me? Great. So as I was saying that, my computer uh, got restarted, so that was funny. Um, I'm so sorry about that, guys. So what I was trying to say before we were cut was that there is also so many programs that are specifically designed, to um, bring the energy of the feminine, of the divine feminine down. So the way that it has always been, because we know that we need the divine feminine and the divine masculine energy in the planet to be both healed and balanced. This is part of the big big scope of things, the big dance, the big harmonization that we're doing. And so the masculine needs the feminine in order to heal. And the feminine needs herself and also the masculine. So I make a small distinction there. Of course, we need both principles and we need each other, but there's always like one that kind of like holds the container. There's always the archetype of the mother that will birth the child, and the child will eventually become the man. So, going by that sequence, um, most of the awakening that is happening, and why we called it the rise of the divine feminine when all of this started, um, was because it was basically bringing, taking away the shackles on that divine feminine energy that was repressed in everybody, in all humans, in all the whole planet. And those aspects of nurturance, of restoration, of taking care, of having compassion, of being the healers, being the ones who take care of the wound, being the ones who took care of the wounded soldiers, the wounded man that came back from war, from all of these things. So in that, the role of the feminine and the role of the divine feminine energy has been playing a very, very important role. And if we see what the media does to the feminine nowadays, if we see how imprisoned the image of a woman is, and everything that is feminine for that matter, but it's all completely focused on, first of all, on the image, on the superficial aspects of the feminine, and then it is focused on criticizing those superficial aspects of the feminine. Why? Because if you do that, of course, to the feminine, it's like all of these programs are meant to not even to destroy the feminine, but they're meant for the feminine to destroy herself. And this is a very, very deep subject, and it's also very close to my heart because I have worked with so many women over the years, and of course also me being a woman in this lifetime. There has been so much that we have had to heal, and all of this which is being projected constantly and still is perpetrating that image, that false image of the feminine, and what the feminine qualities are and what femininity actually is. So no, we're not done with that, we're not done with healing from that as a collective. we are just starting also. Like we are in the beginning of creating new identities for ourselves as the divine feminine collective, as the divine masculine. And in that newness, we're also, thank God, we're also bringing in all of the knowledge that we have gathered through many, many lifetimes, and through incarnating in this earth, and through coming here as helpers, and through having missions to do with this. And basically all of you who are here, and everyone who is a light worker, who is working with the light and with consciousness, whether they're aware of it or not, everybody is doing that out of love. Like the main reason that we're doing this is because we love each other. We love humanity. And we are love in the end, you know, we are the representations of love. So anything that makes you think less of yourself, those are the things that we are healing. And of course, I'm not saying that these images are only projected into the feminine. They're also projected now, likewise, you know, into the masculine. But when they kind of like program in order to target the divine feminine or the feminine within all of us, it's usually a very kind of astute thing or smart thing, because they even use that beautiful quality of the feminine, which is to preserve and to nurture life. And like even those forces know that the feminine will never do harm to other people, or will try, like in the nature of the feminine, it will try not to harm, but it is particularly powerful at imploding in a way, and harming herself. And this is very specific, what I'm talking about women also in general. And this is a feminine quality, but also like there have been, and I have read this a lot of times, but there have been many studies where they show that the way the feminine regards herself, her image, her body, because of everything that we had through all history, even as young girls, even as not even being exposed to these programs and these media, we are already carry that imprint of not being enough, and more likelihood also to do self-harm rather than you know, go outside and do the harm, or seek the justice. It's more like this implosion energy. So we need to be very aware of that. And you know, coming back to the whole thing of social media, protect yourselves, guys. This is just my advice, especially for this time. Protect your energy. If you have to use, and you know, you work there, or you have to be on those platforms all the time, try to protect yourself before you get there. Protect your energy, protect your photos, you know, because all of that which we put out there, it carries our energy. It carries like our energetic signature, let's say. So we are able to protect, we are able to use those platforms consciously. And of course, if you feel like they're affecting you, and you know that they're affecting you, then, you know, please be careful. Or, you know, if you if it's something that you would like to do, I would say just, you know, even get off of it and see how you feel, and see if anything changes in the way that you are in your daily life. Because what's being projected there is very strong. Like, it's not just and they are very, very strong codes. And now for me, it's to the point that now I can't even use it. So I really wanted to share that with you guys. Okay, thank you, Craig, for that. And about this blueprint and going back to using our divine capacities, to using our divinity in our daily life, I just recorded a guided meditation, a guided healing for you guys, where it was basically the angels I was channeling, but they were kind of like handing over the instructions on how to activate everything that you touch, everything that you do with your own like energetic signature, and also to protect it, like to seal. It was like you were given these seals and this method of just imprinting light. So just the way that so many other people even work on imprinting darkness and fear and all of these things, all of these programs, we as human beings, or as light beings, however you want to see it, we can consciously imprint everything with light and with these codes and with the particular codes that are yours only, that are unique to you. And so this is like us activating the different rays, the different colors of the rainbow, the different tonalities, and also starting to implement the tools that we were given when we came here, as we incarnate here. So I hope that meditation, I will try to post it tomorrow, and I hope that it will guide you through some of this. And it was also created to navigate all of what is happening right now. So yeah, Anthony's saying, I have been having strange dreams the past few days, lots of fighting, keep waking up angry. Yeah, there's a lot going on in the higher and in the lower realms. Let me see, Anthony. I don't know why they're showing me, but they're showing me like the food that you eat and what you drink. I don't know what you eat or drink, maybe even before going to bed. And let me see. Yeah, and you're also processing like a lot of, I feel like a lot of karma from other origins. Like I see, like connected to, I think this is like Andromedan energies, and also processing a lot of war templates. And for all of the masculine and the divine masculine, hi Danny. Oh yeah, and thank you, Anthony. Thank you for liking, and thank you for sharing. Thank you for supporting, the content going out. I always forget to say that, but it really helps, even just to grow a little bit, or to be found by other people who would normally not see this. So going back to the masculine, and this is the reason why I wanted to do this live today. Hi, Matt. How are you? And of course, if you guys have any questions in the meantime, you can always put them in the chat box. And so the download that I had for the masculine fields was precisely what we are collectively healing, but especially if you are like a man in this lifetime, this will be probably even stronger for you in this moment. So let me just pull this out, because I wrote a lot of things as they were coming, and some of these things are very, very harsh things, very hard things that of course we all know, but we also kind of like sometimes don't face or don't really want to see, right? And of course, like in every healing, it always, for me, whatever comes up in the moment, that is what we focus on, right? So if the divine is showing you a certain wound, a certain scar, a certain memory, if certain themes start to show up, that's because it's time to process them. It's time to work through them in a more conscious way and start to make the unconscious conscious, and then start to address the conscious things through divine consciousness. Okay. So let me just read you guys, and then we're going to go into the healing, and we're going to see how we start to clear this. But I was actually guided to work with my pendulum, like old school, very old school today. But just to help you clear the programs, and especially from the mind, and your cellular structure, all of your fields, all of your multidimensionality, etc. And as I read these, this is just for you to be aware of what we're clearing. So I'm going to read them to you first, and then I'll go one by one doing the healing, and then you can relax. But I just want your awareness for like 5 more minutes. Okay. So clearing the first things that I received to clear, and also if you are a divine feminine, if you're a healer, a light worker, you can use these if they're applying to you, or also even when we heal them now, you can state that all of this is healed for you, for your divine masculine, for your family, for your lineage, for your divine masculine field, and broader, for all the divine masculine collective. So when we state that, we are really defining, and the healing can be more, it's like focusing a laser on it, so it makes it more potent. Okay, so that's one of the things that you can do. So we're going to heal any, I was seeing especially Roman, Spartan bloodlines, death, survivalism, egoic tendencies, and this all goes to that Roman timeline. Egoic tendencies, brute force, force over everything, ruling, dominance, just for the sake of ego and self-idolatry. And the idea that life is sacrifice and worthless, and that our own life or your own life is worthless. No regard for life or God, being a living sacrifice in the strife of power of one man, leader, king, emperor, president, etc., which have been, which have had the template or representing the false god. So when I'm reading this, I don't want you to take it, like literal in any way. This is a healing that we're doing collectively and karmically, but specifically directed to the divine masculine collective. So this is to heal any of the remnants of this that we are still carrying through our own bloodlines, through our own DNA, through our own subconscious, and also through our multidimensionality. Because as we know, we store so many things and so much energetic information in different places. And sometimes this energy, it's like it gets stuck. So we need to address it and allow it to come to the light as well, to be transformed. The other great thing that I was seeing was to work on the grid with Athens, Greece, Italy, countries, all European countries and fascist countries. Of course, to work with war ancestry. So, our relatives that were in wars, that had an active part in wars. We're also healing this karma, war culture, the honoring of death and celebrating killing, and false sense of victory. We're also going to clear all European bloodlines, clearing bloodshed of all conquered lands. And this was also very important to be able to address and to heal from the inside out this superiority complex, or on the other hand, the inferiority complex that has been present in our society and humanity. And then we also went into, I also received money and power-driven tendencies, lack of true connection, true self-expression, lack of spirituality. Those timelines where logic was replacing everything. So logic against divine consciousness, intelligence being seen from a human perspective based on 3D mind concepts and information, denying the totality of being, denying the completeness of all, denying unity and perpetuating separation in order to distinguish oneself and elevate oneself. So these are the tendencies. Okay. Then we also have the strife for money, power, and material acquisitions without any other purpose or pursuit than self-benefit, and this because I can mentality. And this is also the false god complex. We're also going to address anywhere the inner compass has been set to navigate through a polarity and striving to create more polarity. So it's kind of like aiming towards a polarized vision and polarized world, because we need opposition in order to conquer. Also healing the primitive brain, survivalism, Darwinism, and the stronger wins all kind of mentality. Then we also go to, of course, machism, perpetuation of ritualistic family bloodline sacrifices of the newborn if it was female. Also disregard for newborns if they were females. So those timelines where only the male babies were honored and were worshipped, and where the newborn female babies were disregarded. Violence and rejection of all attributes of the feminine and the divine feminine. Also the violation of the divine feminine, domination, and also the divine feminine seeing as property, and divine feminine, all the tendencies of regarding the divine feminine as weak and as useless. And this is also coming a lot and has also been programmed so deeply into the false ascension matrices. Okay, and then after all of this, there's also another thing that we're clearing, which is that the mentality or the consciousness of all is pointless, meaningless, loss of self in the pursuit of being glorified in a false sense of identity and perception of self. And this we see, for example, a lot where, there are so many people who have, so many things on the 3D, and yet they are completely miserable or ill, etc. So this is part of that, like where it's coming a little bit from the root. And the last thing that I received was a very clear instruction to clear certain parts of the brain, of the, of course, of our human brain. And to work with the pineal, pituitary, cerebellum, I think it's called in English, frontal cortex. And if you guys are healers and you are used to doing this, I was actually guided to clear the whole brain in, going through quadrants. So that means like dividing, kind of like sectioning the brain holographically, and going section through section, clearing these things and these programs. And this is only to make it more thorough. This is to address it more, like we said before, like more laser focused. So, but you don't have to worry about it. I mean, if you're a healer, you're so welcome to work with this if it helps you, or if you're guided to and it resonates. And if not, you can just, work with your higher self with me now, and we will start to clear this. Okay. So any questions from you guys before we go into the healing? Oh, thank you, Anthony. Yes, it was very, very clearly guided. I was also surprised actually by it. And even as I read it, I get a little bit emotional in some parts, because I can feel it's like this collective pain that the divine masculine is carrying. Okay, so if there are no questions, let's go into the healing, okay? Okay. Okay, so let's just start breathing in deeply. Hoa Shema Aure Wataale Anake Maharie Hemiaria Heni Kumie Dewa Nishipawa Tarea Taren Tare Be Unmahali Taijashi Watari. And we're connecting to the divine feminine essence. We're connecting to the energy of divine grace. We're connecting to the mother, the great divine mother. Connecting through your own spiritual channels to divinity, to God, to your higher self, to your angels, your guides, to all of your teams of love and light. Connecting to your guardians, and all of us here, and all of you who will be listening later, connecting to the guardian fields, and starting to assert the protection of our own field. Starting to see how there's a white and very beautiful blue light at the periphery of your field. If you could trace it, if you could see it, you can even just see your auric field. As if you had this white and blue shield around it, or this sphere or this bubble of protection. But we're going to start to expand this bubble of protection, making it grow with every breath in. Expanding it, expanding it, expanding it. All the way into the stars, into infinity, into the horizon, the infinite horizon. Okay, we're just going to secure everything. Okay, and now you can start to think about, if you want, you can call in not just your higher guidance, but also you can call in the high guidance and the higher self, all of the high beings that are working with you, that are working through your own union, to come in, to step in, to help you, to guide you, to protect you, to hold you in this space. And we're also going to ask the higher self of your divine masculine, or of the divine feminine, just asking the higher self of your divine counterpart to be here with you. If he, she, if their higher self want to help, to assist with this healing, with this clearing. And we're going to ask that all of this healing and clearing, all of this process of transformation and transmutation is done not only in your field, but in the field of your counterpart, in the field of all of your lineages, in the field of the lineages of your counterpart, in the field and the lineages of your soul group, in the field and the lineages of your extended soul group, in the field and the lineages of your logos, all the way up, starting to connect through a golden energy, starting to send this beautiful golden thread, that any of these higher souls, of the souls of these beings, if they want to contribute, collaborate, and just receive this healing, that they may do so now. And I'm immediately tapping into the collective. We're receiving so much, and also the high beings, we're receiving so much support and so much gratitude, even now before we even start. There's so much gratitude coming in from the hearts. We're all connecting at the hearts as one tribe, as one soul, as one purpose, as the divine love of God, as the divine consciousness that we are. And they're showing me a lot of birds flying when they fly and create these beautiful shapes. We're being synchronized and attuned and tuned into a high vibrational frequency where we can all receive this healing. And each and every one of you are being attuned to, and all your receptors are being attuned to receive this healing in the most perfect way through your particular receptivity, bandwidth, they're saying. So to only receive exactly and only what you need. That each and every one of these souls that we're working with today receive only and exactly that which they need in this present moment of time. To be healed, transformed, and they're saying resurrected by the light. Okay, so the field is prepped. I can feel all of you surrounded by your angels and activating your angelic nature. All of you who are healers can, you can activate your Merkaba if you want. You can activate any geometry or any frequency or any color around you that you particularly like to work with. And you may also call your spiritual teachers for help, for guidance, and for divine protection. Wonderful. And as we do this, there's another layer of violet, purple, violet, and pink energy coming and surrounding all of us, all of this energy. And ensuring and activating the transmutation of all the energies that are no longer serving us. And this will also facilitate this activating the violet fire and the violet flame to transmute all of the karma, all of the remnant, all of the debris, and everything that we choose to let go of today. That all of this energy is transmuted and converted into unconditional love. It goes through divine alchemy, through the infinity symbol, and it becomes golden divine love. And it is poured back into humanity. It is poured back as blessings and love and healing and gratitude and compassion for all. Then thank you to all the light workers, all of the twin flames that are here, all of the old souls, all of the ancestors that are here with us and watching us and working with us. Okay, continue in that space. Continue to breathe in deeply. I'm going to go by one of these things that I read to you, all of these statements. And I will just double check if we have cleared it completely. Okay, so we will start with number 1. And this will also be put later in the description box so you can go over them again if you need to. Okay, so I was just asking how much this is healed right now in the Divine Masculine Collective, and we are starting at 40. So let's just get in there. Okay. You can just receive. I'm working on this on each and every one of you. resh awala akwale onukum ere badarata nash anatana he watame kwatare kemara. Deri adana aura shatu kwa mere neola. Deri adara shanene aurko matauni. Demi adahani etuo marara shatu kumbate hatawale. Raul mahali atahudu akali batu mali kanina hashata. Deri ataidu madadiki emarahata ere anara. This is just a reprogramming, is light language to reprogram and to decode. We're decoding. And as we're decoding, they're also showing me the Vesica Pisces when it creates this, and they're placing a lot of emphasis in the middle. And this is also through the subconscious and conscious mind. And it is a collective effort between the feminine and masculine to actually heal this together. And breathing in deeply. They're going into the healing a lot of the throat through the human body to the physical body, and going into the spinal column. And this is going very, very deep. They're actually showing me even the evolution from the, this image of the monkey then becoming the man, and they're clearing this. It's like restoring the balance, restoring the divinity and the capacity of the divine masculine to walk tall, to carry his light, to carry the light into all of these masculine aspects of life, of our bodies, of healing, of all of the different areas where this is needed. Continue to breathe in deeply. Okay, first one is cleared now. Okay, let's move on. Okay, this has to do with clearing, again, all of the countries and all of the war ancestry, war culture, etc. And with this, I see the blue and the gold coming together. And we're clearing even, we're going even into, they're showing me Persia, Islam, the Islamic empire, the wada koto 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 wala kosh atami dewa beomaria wa barukum adwarukwa. We're going to Egypt as well. Parishita bata mahashiwa bare toboruku. We're clearing the Ewe kubata wadarashata bebe udumata mahari we warabata and the debutumata tarantaran. Are clearing the desecration of temples, Tidivara Shawali, Kutu Kwaliatana, Giebatakana, Emadarana, Hautukwashebadirutu, and of holy places, Tali Hatatamarada Gumbash Eteba, Eteba Dara Anhatewa, clearing through the grid lines, Tatash Etevata, through earth in Hiamarare, Urumahat Uatali, Kam Adanash Adanash. And you can also work with wherever location you are. or whatever country you are, if you are connected to any specific culture or land where any of these things happened, um, and people, places were conquered, desecrated, and especially we're clearing a lot through um, the sacred text being desecrated, the sacred wisdom, the knowledge of they're showing me of the priestesses, of the high priestesses. Sheyetabata shetabaduru komada de wadulu kola shedamadana heda emadare and hashowata. And also whenever there was the just overtaking of and manipulation and distortion of that which was sacred to the people, tateme shewatale, or to the that which was sacred to the light beings in those timelines. Tenene shetaba dewadama showale atanane awane hana dabara awodo shoto wadebeda hemia dane uma dama uhawatasheva poa mahetewa. And the grandmothers are coming in Dinhania Shawa to assist the Bawa Dara Kata Dara Mashiawa and the stones, Tamir Shewa, that have been the keepers of this sacred knowledge for so long. Ayikanya Shewa, Tere Da Mahawa Da Leauturu, Ham Uya Wade Beadawan. And they're also saying that they are the keepers and they have held sacred knowledge. So they are like living libraries of light. So when you go to sacred places, you can go and connect to the stones and to the earth, the minerals that were there, that have been there. And you can download information from them. You can download the sacred knowledge from them. Shenewa sheto tuatamewa hai kemata dedia tarako peo nashawa. And we're restoring the sense of sacred communion with the divine Bayakwa and what that actually means from the highest perspective, Kimea Shawa, from the divine perspective, Keria Tatame Shetawa, and that all this is accessible to everybody, Tenya Shetata, to all souls, Dioru Kushawa. There is no differentiation. There is no separation. Tenya Shako Kam Akawa. We are all equal. Taria Shaya in the eyes of the divine. Pere Kontash Etemite Watete Wara Teoru. Pouru Totunuru Hashira Tahashira Tahashira Teo Kuma. No matter how much we have, no matter what we do, no matter who we are, no matter who we become as human beings, the truth is always the same. And the light is always saying Parashit Aliakwa, and it's eternal Paribadire Kawatara, and it's unchanged and unchangeable. Koatish Atam Pataike Kama. It is always there for us to retrieve Parish, for us to receive Tegua Kawat Akawa. It is not, it is unalterable. It's just receiving into the heart this divine love of God. Resurrection, forgiveness, release also of any repressed feelings, thoughts, emotions, timelines, events, diseases, diseases of the mind, distortions, releasing from the neuronal pathways to the Walia Shivadi, Dewalia Shivadi, Bedetan Hatewa, Bewashawa. And we're starting to release also this war template, Pawa Kamewa Dara Shatan Lady Autoru Tuatamba, Pedia Hetewada, Hauru Kodewada, Emia de Hania Shawa. And I'm feeling very strongly the Native Americans here. Tauru kumita daria dawata shora wala hatata bere edona hale oruru shapate reke mai heniata ania shewa bewa tuguru kamba de ere hana kamba de unamata ere hata odobata beya taye bashata rehebe taye behete. And they're showing me this I think it's like a drum, but it's it's a shield. And in Native American culture, they have this there is this shield that they did for healing, and then they did the same shields, or well, not the same, different shields, but there was a shield for war, there was a shield for healing, and there was this strife of to balance this, and what they're bringing in is that knowledge and that divine wisdom of neutralizing, of harmonizing everything, and this is very applicable into what we're dealing with today, to be able to harmonize through polarity, to harmonize through opposites, to harmonize through differences of cultures, of languages, to be able to harmonize of having different views, having completely different perspectives, and being able to harmonize. That nothing is ever that nothing is able to create unconscious reactions. So this is just bringing a different frequency and tone, and showing me a specific wavelength that we're bringing in and downloading into the brain, into the center, and this is also going into the pituitary gland. And it's a beautiful, like blue turquoise tone, very bright. And inside it has also these like layers of gold, like shimmers of gold. So we're just retrieving the wisdom and healing into how to apply and how to correct these like deviations, or these extremes, this radical thought. And we're clearing also all of these imprints out of each and every one of you. And they're also clearing a lot into the minds of the children, clearing and healing for the children. And especially, it's like bringing back to balance that openness and that vulnerability, and bringing the safety and the protection, that having this innocence and this vulnerability is now protected, and that it is protected by the light, it is protected by the light workers, it is protected every time you honor the light in anything. You are protecting it when you honor your own light. So we're creating like this beautiful blanket of safety for everybody, and especially for all the innocence that lives within us, within each and every one of us. And it's also normal if you guys may feel a little bit emotional through this, or to let a tear or two come out. Okay, now we're going to start to go into the money and these power-driven tendencies. And for this, we're actually, they're showing me like a dark city, kind of like like the, how is it called in the movie Batman, that very dark city. It's kind of like this dark cities all over the world, but they're not actual physical cities, but they sit on top of certain cities in certain places, and they are actually very like gloomy looking places. So we're going to start to release this out of the grids to as if we were clearing like when we're little and we make these we play with these like carton cities or paper things, like in a miniature thing. It's like we're taking these black cities or these lower frequencies out. We're unplugging this. And we're bringing a lot of violet and pink energy into the planet to help with this. And the violet energy is it's conscious, it's intelligent, and it's going exactly where it needs to go in order to dismantle this, to disconnect, and to release. Vishawala hani kamara kwadre utumare mare nahare kwatanash awale aturo koma babare revara mahare. It's like as if we would take the plug off that city and then the whole city would just disappear. Parakumashine nahare watatamare nanale anahate pale hatarawa. And they're also inside of the earth. Kene anahane mash adada bere atoro komane hata nahewa lautuma dere anahare mash anewa lahatewa. Beuru mahali ta'ahe bawa dale nana koma deko alana hao dale maturun koma. And they're showing me a white feather, baham owanare mahashiwa. And this is also like the sword of truth, Kimere Nahale and Excalibur, Kobolu Male Dananane Shiwa. So bringing in light, Himiawa, starting to see the whole world filled with light. Kere mani and Yanamasha, Hemine Hala, Evo Lumadere, Shamaha, Maheshawata. And we're starting to see the guardians and the guardians of each city, of the physical cities that we have. And we're helping to update the grids. We're helping to bring in more light, more blessings. And we're also thanking them, Pai Shiawa, for all of the work that they're doing. Very good. Okay, and we're starting to bring in green emerald energy. And I'm also seeing orange to start to clear all of this relationship to the monetary systems, to money abundance, and to acquisition, but especially to release these obsessive and unhealthy tendencies. And they're saying also the possession fields. Euro maha homa reto koro koma beria nahao to beria dahan to bosho how to ma. And we're seeing this clear also through all of the divine masculines, as if they were this they were standing like in line, these warriors, and we're seeing this be cleared out of them, coming in like a white energy that just washes over them very easily, very gracefully, and it just starts to wash. And it also goes into helping the divine masculine to process these emotions, to process whatever emotions were kept, whatever was kept in secret, all of these secret identities, everything that the masculine energy hasn't been able to show. And we're working through the positive here. We're working through the allowing this release of emotions, allowing themselves to be, allowing themselves to be vulnerable, allowing themselves to receive, allowing themselves to take a break, allowing themselves to return to the wholeness of being, out of this enslavement, out of these enslavement systems, out of these patterns and programs, out of this dominion. Pashamali wada dada kema tare hema wadale be timaya shewa tamaha uba kwatabare shitari mayenua bawara hawa. And they're saying breaking yourselves free, Shamia Hashiwa, breaking ourselves free, so liberating ourselves, Kimya Shawa. And through our own divine authority, through our own consciousness, we're able to heal ourselves. I heal myself. I allow myself to heal, to be restored. I allow the divine masculine within me to be restored. I allow the masculine energy in the planet to be restored, to be healed, to be nurtured. There's also the energy of the mother, the earth, that she's not judging us as humans. If there was anyone wondering, there is no judgment in Himawa Kama Shewa. Where there is the light of consciousness, there is no judgment. So we can let go of the past. We can let go of what we did wrong. We can let go of the wounds. We can let go of the collective karma. The collective suffering. We can let go of all the vows. Knowing that our soul is only ours. We're sovereign beings. We are independent beings. We are healthy beings. This is restoring a lot of having this healthy emotional divine intelligence, divine emotional intelligence, being restored in the divine masculine, in the masculine. I'm feeling a lot in the throat, in the shoulders, and they're spinning your fields to recalibrate, to receive, to activate very beautifully. Okay, we're almost getting to close, guys. I know this has been very intense and thorough, but we're almost there. Kemia shete bari kuma tani he wala shiwa te bari kami kele otuma urumahali dau mahali. Okay, we're restructuring, creating new grids of connection. Hemia she wiare torua mahale teyan ewa bauma. And they're showing me the I always forget how this is called in English. It's like this spiral, but it's a seashell. It has this spiral, the Fibonacci spiral. So in Spanish, it's called caracol. And there are some systems here in Mexico and some tribes, some of the original people that created these systems of these houses that are called that way, and one feeds into the other one nurtures the other one, and the other nurtures the other one. So this is just bringing in, seeing this a spiral, and these spirals connecting through the world, especially in the monetary aspects. And it's way deeper than that. It's more of creating a new base for the earth to start to become sustainable again, to start to brainstorm together, to start to um, co-combine powers, to co-create, and everything just adds up to the other. It's like seeing a flower bloom, and then soon after another one blooms, and another and another. So this is also establishing this brotherhood, the purity, this white thread going through the relationship of men to men, of brotherhood, of the father and the son, the teacher and the disciple. And this is coming also to into your spiritual teacher, being your spiritual teacher, activating the spiritual guidance in the divine masculine, in the masculine systems. There's a huge call to that is being awakened now, awakening the spiritual in the physical body, in the mental, in the emotional, and allowing the spiritual, the spiritual energy, the consciousness, divine consciousness, to start guiding all of these parts of the divine masculine energy, and to provide solutions, to provide unseen, unheard of, unthought of, because we're starting to think outside of the box, thinking from higher perspective. And always this, the perspective of spirituality is always this, the perspective of divine consciousness, and divine consciousness knows absolutely everything. So just we're bringing this energy of self-healing, self-restoration, and also being able to hold a space for the others as divine feminines or masculine, to be able to restore that sacred sisterhood, that sacred brotherhood, to celebrate each other, to celebrate each other's victories and accomplishments, to know that if one wins, we all win, and to start to see that in the light community, to start to see that in your environment, in your direct communication, and in your direct interaction with souls. So knowing that we're co-creating, we're manifesting this, as we're clearing this, we're speaking this, and we're manifesting. So we don't have to always go to a certain system or to act directly upon something that was already there. Even in our own healing, we can create a new model and allow the divine consciousness to create a new model of healing, where that which we were addressing is no longer part of it. So this is part of how we collapse timelines and ascend, and this is part of how we release things that are not serving, and we embody others. So bring these new possibilities when we tap into our divine consciousness, knowing that each and every one of you can do this. You have direct access. You have, you're saying, they're just laughing, the angels. They're saying you have your private link, your private access to that all the time. And they're just sending this beautiful golden energy into your heart. And they're saying, create your own song, create your own light, your own light language, create your own reality, your own life, your own divine masculine essence, Okay, let me see. Okay, we're just going to go one last thing. We're clearing this and recalibrating through the Divine Feminine, forgiving and being forgiven. Because we have all been everything. We have all played all roles. So we're just forgiving ourselves and forgiving each other. Having this act of true recognition of the divinity in others, the divinity in us, recognizing the divinity in the masculine. And I'm seeing both the feminine and the masculine standing in this like a sacred ceremony, like an altar, Tomalia Shiva, being purified, Henia Shenam Ade Ande. And also it's like being united by Ikeshenam Ade, both, and also recognizing being the feminine, the divine feminine being recognized by the masculine and being united as well. That we're all in this together, we're all working together. And healing that separation and healing all of those unconscious patterns, programs that keep running where we feel like the other is the enemy, or the feminine or the masculine is the enemy, in any form that it may take, throughout all space, time, dimension, throughout all the multidimensionality, throughout all realms, all universes. Space, no space, everywhere. Chemash etale mali kamash anahe utuma beria tokwale masheoro. And this is bringing the sacred, restoring the sacred and the sacred balance to everything, Tinya Shawa, and to these timelines, through all of these lineages, through our ancestry, through your families, through these bloodlines, through the countries. Okay, and releasing control mechanisms, plugs, any devices and things where we're being seen, heard, monitored, etc. Anything that is foreign, that is not organic, anything that is not of the light. Releasing this now from your body, from your fields, from your molecules. Just receiving healing. Peace, love, Neo, Shawa, into the body. And restoring the true purpose of humankind. Restoring the divine purpose of humankind. Restoring the divinity within each and every soul. Tevo Shevare, Taneheshe, Tamare, Tamahashevale Kana, Bedima, Dene Homa, Deria Sheva, Temaria Taria. And everyone is receiving again this, it's like this piece of cloth, like a veil, of a very beautiful, and they're placing it on your shoulders as a protection. It's kind of like the Harry Potter cape, or like these invisibility capes that we see in the magic Tera Shiva, that you have that protection. Now that you can seal, that you start to work also, that you start to recognize while working with your angels, that you can protect yourself, you can heal yourself, you can work on yourself, you can manifest, you can create. good. You're just organizing timelines, bringing all of you up to your highest timeline and potential now. All of the divine masculine collective, all of the divine feminine collective, all of the souls that are here listening, elevating each and every one of you, elevating also all the healers, all the light workers, all the ones that are working in truth and light and integrity for the greatest good of all, for the greatest good of their patients, of their followers, the people that they come in contact with. Blessing everyone who is working to help, to assist us. And we're just going to bless the earth and all the children, all of the animals, all of the land. Blessing all parts, recognizing that we're all parts of the all. We're all the one. And allowing Dharma, the Dharma, to be seen, to be acted upon, to we start to see rightful action, rightful thought, conscious thought, divine consciousness awakening through each and every person on this planet, through each and every being, through each and every particle of our own bodies. And we start to use more of that divine capacity that we have, activating our brain, activating our gifts, and activating our multidimensionality to the degree that we're ready and prepared to be activated. Activating the part of us that is quantum, activating our higher knowledge, activating all of our wisdom, activating our remembrance of who we truly are, and continuing to wake up others with love, with consciousness, and also holding space for all of those who are asleep, and holding an eye out for them, like a caring mother holds an eye out for all the children who are still sleeping, just guarding them, protecting their innocence. I love you so much. We love you, and thank you. We're just sealing all in the divine light of the I Am. Sealing all of this work. May it ripple and reflect in all of our realities. Shemare Shama Hatari. Thank you. Okay, darlings. How is everyone feeling? You can come back slowly, continuing to breathe in. If you fell asleep, that's okay too. And you can also go to rest now and go to sleep and drink a lot of water. It will really help. It was really good work, guys. Thank you. How are you guys feeling? Thank you, Craig. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Lulia. Thank you, Steph. Matt. Tarot by Atarina. Everybody who's here. Yes, it was very powerful and emotional for me too. Like at points I had to like contain myself, but also in the end I felt a very big release and a lot of just love being activated and seated and delivered here. So thank you guys for connecting. You guys are awesome. Mm. I'm so thankful and grateful for you guys being here. Wonderful. Thank you, my dear Teresa, for your donation. Thank you guys, all of you, for everything. Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Karen. Yes, a lot of release at the end. So please drink a lot of water, and also if you feel anything in this coming days, if you are feeling a little bit uneasy, and if anything comes up, globally, collectively, because of everything that we're going through, I would recommend to take showers with salt water, go into the ocean if you can, or just soak your feet in salt water, and this will help you continue to release everything that we did here, okay? Oh, dear Alice, me too. I'm sending you so many blessings. I send blessings to all of you. Take care of yourselves, protect yourselves, and, continue to call in your angels and your guides and your guardians and work with them, okay? Yes, darling. For private sessions, everything you can look it up at my website. Oh, and I forgot to mention that I have a gift for everybody. Well, I decided to put my self-love course, which is a very, very deep healing, spiritual course on self-love and how to love ourselves for divine feminines and divine masculines. And I have it, I created a coupon code for everyone who wants to work on that and activate that. And the coupon code is divinity. And you will get like 50% off if you use that. So that's just to encourage you and anyone who would be, on the fence of going into this course. I know I haven't talked much about it anymore, but for anyone on the twin flame journey, and especially if you're struggling with any issues of unworthiness, lack of clarity of your purpose, the mission, the twin flame energetics, and even just how to practically anchor self-love and how to practice self-love through your everyday life. This is a course that I recommend you a lot, and especially because I'm currently not doing one-on-one sessions. So I'm just seeing like very specific cases right now, or anyone who needs like very urgent assistance. So in this self-love course, you have me for like 1.5 months. I'm there with you almost every day, like every other day. We work on healing, meditating, and I give you a practice. Everything is recorded and you can download that, so do it at your time. So if anyone needs that and needs more love, more self-love, understanding, and understanding of the journey, spiritual journey or twin flame journey, I recommend that. Okay, darlings. And The other thing is also my Brave program for healers who are wanting to be pillars for your communities, who are in the fence of coming out as healers, or if you guys want to take your practice as a healer to the next level of expansion and of service and mission in a very sacred group with me, then please join the Brave program. You can write to me to my email or through my website, and I will send you all the information about Brave and how to apply. And we will start again next round in March. So we have registration opening now. And also, if you know any healers, light workers, and it doesn't have to be that you specifically work with any type of healing modalities, but you may work in any other field, but you're serving the light and you're a light worker and you're reaching communities or having a lot of just people to work with, or you want to start working with people, then please write to me and I will send you all the info. Yes. Wonderful. Okay, darlings. Well, I will close up for today and I will try to come back more often and do these healings. And I will post the new guided meditation tomorrow. Okay. Oh, wonderful, Carol. So please send me an email and you can just write Brave in the subject line and I will send you all the information and an application link so you can apply, and then we can have a session together and we can see if it's something that you would like to do and if I can also provide value, guidance, everything for you in my program. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you all. Take care of yourselves, okay? Many, many blessings. Bye-bye.